Shorty turned me down. I had a long drive yesterday and a song came on that reminded me of her. Every time I hear this song, I think about this situation. When I was a kid, before high school, my parents would send me to YMCA camp during the summers. I always signed up for basketball academy. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like there was like this general academy for kids who didn't want to do a specific sport as well, and they would separate guys and girls, right? So in the morning, a bus would always pick me up and a bunch of other kids and drive us to like Queens, where the camp was at. No, that had it couldn't be Queens. Now I'm like Staten Island, Staten Island. It was in Staten Island, right? So when you arrive early, we would be in this huge gymnasium. The first day I got there, there were these three girls that were in this general academy. They weren't in the basketball one. These three girls that came up to me. I was like 11 or 12 years old, by the way. They had to be like 13 or 14. And they were saying how cute I was. Listen, hey, listen, I had the little Jerry curl going on. You know what I'm saying? When I was 12, I had the man, I forgot what the phone was called, bro. Yo, I got my first Jordans though. I was rocking my first Jordans because I was gonna wear those for my first day of school. But you know, I gotta wear it to summer camp first. I gotta break them in. Gotta look fresh. You know what I'm saying? You know. And one of the three girls, she was all up on me. She was hugging me. She was cuddling me, and they were playing music in the gymnasium while this was going on. And the song that played, that I heard in the car yesterday. I can't say the song name because YouTube's AI will think that this video is inappropriate. It's a song by Nelly Furtado and Timberland. You know, like, it's okay, it's all right, I got something that you want, like something like that, right? Anyway, so Shorty was dancing to that song and she knew every single word. So for like the first few weeks, it was always like this between us. I would show up early and she was hugging me and cuddling me and just talking to me all the time. And then I don't know what happened. She just got distant. It was like a flip switch. I don't understand. Still to this day, I don't know what I did. Mind you, again, I was like 11 or 12 years old. My memory is faded at this point. This was so long ago. And I was still crushing on her though, right? And I was feeling a bit guilty because I don't understand what I did. So I actually spoke to her one day and I was like, "Are you mad at me?" And she was like, "No." But you know, even though she said no, she's acting different. So I didn't say anything else. Well, actually, I just remember asking for a hug after. And she gave me a very weak side hug. No more cuddles. I felt devastated. So it got to the point where we would just see each other and pretend we don't see each other. You know what I mean? Right? Then this is where the memory is most clear to me about this whole situation. It was the last day of summer camp. And I had to talk myself into this. I knew I wasn't going to see her again after this. It was the last day. I was like, hey, go hard or go home. I wanted to keep in touch and I wanted to let her know how I felt. So I walked up to her and I asked her for a hug. She gave me that weak hug. And I said, hey, can we exchange socials? I really like you and I want to keep talking. The look that she gave me, it was like disgust, but she was holding her laughter. It was like an awkward smirk face. Like she was about to start bursting of laughter in my face where, you know, I could, like, she just was very uncomfortable. And I could tell she don't like me like that. That face, I felt crushed. But she said, here's my number. And she put it in my phone, right? Dude, I came home from summer camp that day. I was hyped. I was like, yo, you know what? It worked. It worked. You know, maybe I just misread her. You know what I'm saying? It worked though. I got a shorty number. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Maybe, hey, confidence does it all. You know what I'm saying? Called the number. Service disconnected. She gave me a fake number. Dude, I was heartbroken. But I got over it so quickly because remember, she lived in like the Bronx, okay? Buses picked everyone up and drove us to a place in Staten Island. I'm like 12. I can't date a girl from the Bronx, okay? I don't live there, all right? So this wasn't even going to make sense. But being the young kid that I was, this experience was very new to me, right? So me admitting my feelings for one of the first times in my life, my romantic feelings, to go through that, it was very hurtful. But since then, I always try to avoid sharing how I feel about someone romantically until they say something first. I still do that, by the way. Like, you can give me all the hints in the world that you like me, and I could give you hints too. But I ain't saying anything. You know what I'm saying? What is it? The fear of rejection. If I got feelings for you, either make a move or we're just gonna play this game for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna turn this video or this conversation to like a social norm thing. I'm just stating what I was taught when I was a kid and as I got older. I was told that men should always make the first move, right? That face that she gave me was so heartbreaking to me at such a young age. I sort of just gave up making first moves. I mean, technically I have made first moves in the past, right? But I only do so if it's super obvious. If you're just giving me subtle signs or you're just romantic hints or you're just playing these games like, hey, I'm not making any moves. At least not first. Dude, yo, I just remembered. This was so cringe. I just remembered this as I was recording this. Remember I said I was building confidence to speak to her, right? Man, I remember I think 2 days before, I was working on this for several days. I was looking up online how to ask a girl out. I was going on Google. I was like, yo, how do I ask a girl out? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I got feelings. You know what people are saying? Talk to yourself in the mirror. Yo, I remember standing in front of my mirror, practicing my lines. I wrote down my lines and I memorized them. You know what I'm saying? I said, like, yo, can I get your social? Can I get your number? I really like you, bro. Yo, I acted like that was poetry, man. You know, seriously, like I was working on my facial expression. I got to make sure I dressed really good that day, despite it being basketball camp. I actually asked my mom to buy me new Jordans because, you know, I scuffed up my Jordans playing basketball at basketball camp. You know what I'm saying? So I got some new shoes on, looking fresh, practiced some lines, built some confidence. I did exactly what the internet told me to do. Look good, practice, and be confident. I did all three, and I failed. It's all good, though. This is such a long time ago. I barely even remember any details about her. What I do remember, she looked like a Latina. She had black hair. I remember her face, but I don't remember her other attributes, though. It's like she's a floating head in my memory. Like I don't remember any physical attributes. It's just like her face and her hair, you know? I don't remember her name. I don't know what she liked. I don't remember that. Besides that one song, nothing. Again, it's all good, though. Experiences like this are needed. You need to be rejected in your life. If you never get told no or experience people telling you no or rejecting you, this is how you start feeling entitled, and then you start acting up because you feel entitled to things. Yeah, she was hugging me and cuddling me, right? Whatever. And then, you know, okay, you may say, cool, she gave you all these signs, though. Okay, well, she also gave me another sign. She got cold. Okay, that was another sign, and then she rejected me. I mean, I'm 12. I don't know any better. Her being cold should have been the sign that, hey, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Why am I putting myself through this? I didn't have the wisdom or foresight to know not to ask her out. I put myself in that situation for that rejection. It's not her fault. And again, this was needed. It's interesting how life experiences that are given to you, you don't realize how it influenced you as you got older, right? Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. You ever get rejected like this before? Or like, you know, you missed out all the signs? I love you all. I'm out.